Welcome back everyone. We're going to hit on some of the best jailbreak tweaks for older iPhones. Now, I'll be completely honest, a lot of these tweaks can be used for the newer ones, but it's still really cool that we have some huge capability on a phone like an iPhone 8 or even older like an iPhone 6 or 7 or 6S. Now, I do have a very cracked iPhone 8 right here, but it's still completely functioning for the front, and that's all that really matters for a video like this. Now, all these tweaks and the repos will be listed down below, so you guys can go down there and just look at the tweaked list. I might put a summary of them too, it really depends how I feel. But the first one I'm going to hit on is probably the most apparent one, and it's a theme manager, which I'm sure a lot of you guys do know, which is called Snowboard. Now, Snowboard is the name of the theme manager, but there's a bunch of different themes that you're able to install. So basically, with this specific little app, it gives you the ability to install these themes that can range from free to like $5 to $10 each. I think probably $10 is too high. I don't think there's been any for $10, but they charge like $2.50, $1, whatever. And you know what? I'll be honest, some of these tweaks are actually really good, and I'd probably recommend paying for some of them if you guys can and support those developers. But pretty much once you install this specific tweak, you get a little thing in the settings bar, which is called Snowboard. Now, this can be used for any iPhone, like I stated, but it's really cool when you have an older phone and you're able to even modify it like this. So once you have Snowboard installed, you're able to get a little option called Select Theme, and this is where you go and install the theme. So right now I'm rocking with the Lotus theme. So this is the one that was free within the Zadi TV, whatever one, I don't remember what repo that was, but it comes stock with Insidia, which is really cool. So this was the one I'm using. I don't know what this one is. I don't even know what it is. Maybe it comes with Lotus, but you also have some options of customizing a lot of different things. You can hide the labels. An app that I used to use, or a tweak that I used to tell people to install, was Clean Home Screen. But honestly, this one is a really good alternative to Clean Home Screen, and I think this is probably even better than Clean Home Screen. However, this one, a lot of people have said that it does suck up a lot of battery life. Now, me personally, I don't use this on an everyday basis on my personal phone, but I could see this, probably taking up some battery life, at least, a little bit. But it's still really cool. And if you have a phone that's like an iPhone 7 Plus or an iPhone 10 or something, those things have pretty decent battery life, so it might be worth it at the end of the day. So this specific tweak is called Snowboard, and it really does change up a lot of what your phone can, look like at the end of the day. And it makes an older phone like an iPhone 8 look super awesome. So the next one that I hit on all the time is called Gestures 13. Now, this is probably the best older tweak out there. And basically what this does is that it brings those iOS 13 and iOS 12 and iOS 11 gestures that the iPhone 10 came with onto phones like an iPhone 8 and iPhone 7s and older phones like that, even an iPhone SE2 now with that uncovered jailbreak. And as you can see, it comes into the multitasking pane. If I want to swipe out, I can go like that. I can split screen multitask. If I'm in an app like this, I want to go to the next one, I can swipe up, grab it, and tweak it like that. And honestly, this, like I stated, is probably one of my favorite tweaks out there. It's so awesome. It brings so much capability, and it makes the phone feel almost just like an iPhone 11 or iPhone 10s or something like that. It's an awesome feature. Yeah, it's not going to make your phone fast or anything, but honestly, from clicking a home button all the time and making your phone feel archaic, because this is an older way of, going about your device, Gesture 13 honestly brings a ton of cool things, and I would honestly recommend it at the end of the day. I hit on this a lot. It's a very light-sized app, but it's still one of my favorite ones for sure at the end of the day. So that one is Gestures 13. Now, this next one is a new one I saw too, and it's actually really interesting. So at the dock at the bottom, as you guys can see, you have, the standard dock, nothing too crazy. However, with Multilight, I think that's how you say it. Again, all these names will be linked down below. You can actually customize your dock into giving you more info than just the dock itself. So as you can see, I have it set to where I swipe. It can actually give me my music toggle, or if I'm playing music through Apple Music or whatever, I can actually be able to see that on here, and I can swipe back just by going like that. And they actually give you some capability inside of the settings panel. As you can see, I have Multilight right here. I can go in and tap that, and I can go ahead and keep it enabled or disabled. Now, this is the Lite version. There is a paid version for this, but I'm just using the Lite for this video just because I don't want to pay for it, to be honest. And you have a lot of different options right here, which I'll go ahead and kind of let you guys see. But it's a really cool app, and with an older phone like an iPhone 8 or whatever, it really does make the phone feel that much cooler, and it gives it that much more capability, which is really awesome. So again, it's not like going to make your phone faster or anything, but it gives you more capability at the end of the day, which is really cool. So that one is Multilight. And this next one is such a huge one for these older iPhones. As you guys know, with an iPhone 8, iPhone 7, iPhone 6s, these phones did not come with portrait mode, which is pretty crazy in my opinion, but it makes sense. The iPhone 8 could have supported it too, but whatever. But with this new tweak called camera mode 10, and it's not even new at all, I don't know why I said that, it's a super old tweak, it actually gives you the capability of having portrait mode on older phones. Now, like I said, this is an iPhone 8. As you can see, I have the portrait mode setting right here, and it gives you a little pop-up, and it is kind of like portrait mode. You can get the depth effect, but it's not that crazy, you know what I mean? It's not going to turn your iPhone 8 into like an iPhone 11 or anything like that. The camera quality is still going to be the same, but it is still cool that we do have some sort of capability like that at the end of the day. You can still take photos and everything, and the photos, are pretty decent. The fact that we even have this toggle down here is really cool. So that one is camera mode 10, and for an older iPhone, that makes it that much better in my opinion. Now this next one is one that I just saw the other day, and it's actually really, really impressive. And this one is called Rifai or Rifai, I don't know how you pronounce it. But basically, if you guys know what like the Samsung Galaxy Edge series, we used to have, even with the S10 and S20, we have the Edge panel so we can go and like swipe from the side and get some more apps and stuff like that. Well, with this tweak called Rifai, and these are all free by the way, which is pretty insane, we have this new capability of having that little tiny sliver of whatever little thing sticking out of the side of the screen is. You can go ahead and grab it, and you can get all these little apps that you can set in the settings. So these are apps that I put on the side. As you can see, I can go and click it and open it up. And if I wanted to pull up another one, Setia, for example, these are kind of like quick toggles in a way, and I can keep getting more and more, which is really, really awesome. So if I go into the settings panel, which is right here, I can go and, modify it for however I want to. So I can select the applications, which is what I clicked here, and I can just modify it and add as many applications as I want to. Right now I have it set to 4, but you can add more if you want to. You can add less, it's up to you. Probably keep it at 4 right there, and you can just kind of go on and see what's going on with it. So definitely, for sure, at the end of the day, Rifai is a really cool one. Again, you can install it on any iPhone, but the fact that you can install it on an older one like this and have it run pretty smooth is pretty cool for me. So that one is called Rifai. Now this next one is called CC modules, and I've explained this 50,000 times, and I don't even know if I have it installed, to be honest, because I'm so used to talking about it, and I don't even have it installed, so I'm not going to hit on it. But that one is CC modules. I'll let you guys look it in the description. Now this next one is called Cool Folder, and what this one does is, and it's pretty cool in my opinion, but it's not going to like change your life or anything. So basically, if you guys know, with the standard folders, it doesn't even look bad. I didn't even notice how it looked like, to be honest, but after this specific tweak, I kind of see how this one, makes the folders look that much better. So as you guys can see, I have my folders icon right here. I think that's the only folders thing I have. So now it actually looks much more cooler, and I think this is how it used to look like on like iOS 7 or something like that. But now we have the capability back, which is really cool. So it just kind of clears things out. It makes the folders look that much cooler, and it makes the phone look that much modern as well, which is really cool. So that one is Cool Folders. Again, it's not like adding any crazy features, but it's still a really cool thing at the end of the day. Now this next one is called Bottom Toolbar Lite, and this is a pretty crazy one. And honestly, like the first time I saw it, I couldn't get it to work properly, but then I finally got it to work, and it's really cool. So if you go ahead and swipe up, basically it's kind of a new bottom toolbar. It's basically a new control center for your phone. And what's really, really cool about this is that you have not only the same capability and everything like that, but it makes the phone look that much cooler and that much newer. But on top of that, you have the new application settings on the bottom, which is exactly what you have on your dock. So let's say I'm in the settings panel or settings app or whatever. If I swipe up, I have access to the same exact things as before. It just looks much more cooler. But you also have access to the dock apps as well. So if I go and click Safari, as you can see, I'm going into Safari. I didn't have to go and randomly go back to the home screen and then click dock and then da-da-da. You can basically just do this straight from the bottom toolbar Lite itself. Now there is a paid version for this too, but the Lite version gives you a lot of access to, but it's still free, which is really, really awesome. You still have access to your control center tweaks right here. What's really interesting though is you still have access to your regular control center too, so you can use both. You can do whatever you want to. Whether you like this one, maybe you like the reasons for this one, but you have access to this one too, which is really, really awesome. This is definitely one of my favorite tweaks out there. Now I'll go and end it off with the last tweak, and this one is Force in Picture, and this one basically allows you to go and watch YouTube videos and things like that from Safari in picture mode, which is really cool. And that one is a tweak that I hit on a lot, so I didn't feel like I had to demonstrate it again because I talked about that one to death in all my videos. So Force in Picture and CC modules, those are ones that I talk about a lot, and I would really recommend you guys to use those too. But ultimately, guys, these are probably my favorite tweaked apps for older iPhones. Again, there's a ton out there, and a lot of these will still work for newer ones too. But it's really cool that we still have the capability on this device to install and tweak our phones like this. And with the older iPhones like the iPhone 8, 6S, 6, even 5S, these are all supported with that checkmate jailbreak, which is really awesome. So that's really pretty much it. Some cool capability we have on these things. If you guys have any other questions or have any other tweaks you guys want me to look at, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys would check it out. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.